Hey lovelies, welcome to your July reading. Oh, sorry, I had to take this outside. It is so hot here this summer. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Just some ground rules before it starts. We are going to use some oracle cards to get a little read on different facets of your month. Love, relationships, work and finances, and also your spiritual development. And then we'll get your main spirit message from a tarot spread at the end. These are going to be general readings, so my only ask of you is that you take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Since these are general readings, I tend to just kind of throw as many meanings out, and then you pick and choose what is relevant to your life and your circumstances. If it doesn't make sense, you have to forgive too many things. Those messages just aren't for you. Leave those on the table and only take what resonates. If you're a cross watcher, feel free to swap or even if this is your sign, and you're interested about another person or it sounds relevant to another person, feel free. You can switch around the characters if you need to. Again, just make it fit to your life, make it resonate. Do not try to force the message. Going to be an interesting month ahead. So we have lots going on, astrologically speaking, going into this reading. So on the 2nd, we have that solar eclipse in Cancer. We have a lunar eclipse, I want to say on like the 18th, 19th, something like that. Later on in the month, we also have Jupiter going retrograde shortly after the eclipse. So in total, we'll have 5 planets in retro this month. So lots of revising, lot of looking back over things and reevaluating things as we're getting these huge downloads and resets from these 2 eclipses. So we are going to be changing and evolving so much over the next 30 days. So take this guidance as an extra boost and extra support to help ground you and recenter you through all of this crazy that's going to be going on. All right, so let's get to your cards, and I hope you enjoy. See you in a bit. Hey Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your July video. I hope June treated you well. I know it was rough for a lot of us, but I hope you survived it. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's figure out what July has in store. All right, Spirit. What messages do we have for Gemini concerning love and romance? Messages for Gemini concerning love and romance for the month of July. Oh, I love this. Spiral Dance of the Goddess. Spiral Dance of the Goddess. Number 29. I can't remember this one. I used to actually pull this card all the time. Yeah. Let's read a little bit from this book. You guys can take a peek. The message of this oracle to you is that you are growing. You are bringing more of your light into form. You may be meeting obstacles in yourself and in the world, but this is because you are bringing through the light. If there were nothing happening, there would be no obstacle. Bless them as signs that you are proceeding and empower them no more. You shall be. All else is just divine timing. Yes, okay. So, Spiral Dance of the Goddess. So it always makes me think of, I was going to say the Pythagorean theorem. That's not it. Like not the golden ratio, but like the Fibonacci numbers, how they create that spiral out that you can find everywhere in nature, in the nautilus shell, and like the spiral pattern ferns, how petals are arranged in a blossom. It's this kind of natural pattern. Excuse me. To me, that's what I think of when we get the spiral dance. Because it's all about just kind of being part of this expression of light. It's your job just to be luminous and radiant, possibly even, that you're assisting others, possibly. Just because whatever challenge, whatever obstacle, one, it's just part of this journey. It's really what it is. And trusting and knowing that it's not permanent. Like this dance moves, you are moving. So not only are you moving out of this situation, you are moving forward, you are moving into a higher vibration, you are moving into a higher sense of self, for sure. So relationships might be a little tricky, might even be single and be like, well, what do you mean? Why can't I find this person? Why am I not going on the right dates? Or why am, well, I'm only going on a whole bunch of first dates. You know, that could definitely be a thing. Gemini, your advice here, or your kind of heads up here, is that this is all part of the journey. You are growing, you are evolving. So that could mean every time you do this, you're getting one step closer. But I think it's also about, as you go through these different, especially if we're talking about relationships, you know, as you go through these mishaps, whether you're single and these are dates, or, you know, just adventures in the dating life, or if you're in a relationship and maybe there's some conflict, whether it's between the two of you, maybe it's between, you know, your in-laws or your extended family, or you have people having opinions about your relationship that you have to fight, or whatever it is. Know that all of that's temporary, and know all of that is getting you to a higher level. It's part of your journey. It's making you stronger. Don't give the challenge the empowerment. Don't give them the power over you. Take it, rise above it, and move on. Use it to strengthen yourself. Don't keep putting energy into the situation that's bogging you down. It's there to teach you something and to lift you higher. Alright, Spirit, what messages do we have for Gemini concerning their own evolution and spiritual growth for the month of July? There we go. Here we talk about being radiant, being the light. Look at that. There is only light. I love that. It's almost like signifying there is no darkness. If you're looking at this as a challenge, know that it is not. You are capable, you are powerful, you can shine bright no matter what. Okay. This one we're definitely going to read. Here you go. Light is sought after and extraordinary. We seek clarity of light, a lightness of being, and a light bulb moments. Light bypasses the analytical mind and takes us straight into loving wisdom. Be illuminated. Oh my god, I literally said be radiant over here. Let light in. Today is the day to release any disturbances in your energy. Oh, I can't. Literally. I love it. I love it. It makes me so happy. Happiness will come naturally unless you do something to prevent it from happening. Release all that is stopping happiness from flowing into your world, and it will appear before you. It seems too easy, but it is truly that simple. Until you release this, you remain connected to the belief that struggle is a required, perhaps more respected, lesson-laden path. We often take on the belief that if we struggle, others will think more of us, and we will appreciate things more. When you go against your soul, you move away from your brightness. The darkness is a sign it is time to feel your way back into your heart and soul. Oh, Gemini. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. And honestly, this is super appropriate. To me, this is all about redirection. Again, if you're looking at the obstacles, you're looking at the challenge, know that you're the light. Know that you are growing. Know that this is the direction you're going and need to go. It's part of the journey. Again, recognize there's only light. All of this is trying to support you. This also sounds like a bit of a redirection for those of you who are resisting, or those of you who just continue to find darkness after darkness after darkness, trial after trial after trial. It's probably because you're walking in the wrong direction. It's probably because you took a right when I needed you to take a left. And this makes sense coming up in your reading. What is today? Today's the 6th when I'm filming. I believe Mercury retrograde starts, is it tomorrow or the 8th? It's very, very soon. That is your ruling planet. That retro probably hits you a little harder than the rest of us, especially if you also have some heavy, strong Mercury placements. It can definitely be a thing. I think a lot of you during this retrograde are getting a major redirection. I think a lot of you have made choices that maybe have put you in situations that you're like, how did I get here? Why am I here? I don't like this. My hope is that, well, and we'll probably find out, because I feel like this is going to be a big thing. We'll find out when we get to the tarot. But I definitely feel like you guys are going through a redirection. And it's going to be big for some of you. It may be nasty. But I think there are some of you out there that literally, like I said, took a right when you're supposed to take a left. Is that the worst choice you can make? Maybe not. Couldn't be all bad. But it definitely took you away from something bigger. And I think this retrograde and just this month in general is getting you to turn around and head back the other way. Does that mean you go back to square one? No. I just need you moving in this direction and that direction. All right. Spirit, what messages do you have concerning work and finance for Gemini for the month of July? Oh, that was actually a nice, clean one. All right. So you guys got the card of the Hermit. Trying to find guidance, trying to find enlightenment, trying to find possibly answers for some of you. Putting this into the workplace, some of you may be questioning your career. You may be trying to find a new job, a bigger, better one, maybe that can provide more. I mean, I guess who isn't doing that? But, you know, it feels like you're searching for something more in alignment. You're searching for, you know, the key that unlocks this door. You can kind of see on the top, there's all these keys hanging in front of this locked door. Which key opens it? So I definitely feel you guys in a bit of a search. And it may not even be work. You may love the work you do, but then you may be trying to find answers on how to budget or how to have enough resources for things. How to, you know, you may be going through like savings. You could even be, because of this retrograde, you could also be reflecting and trying to find the light to take you out of the dark. When really, your whole job is to know that you are the light. I almost want to say, and you know, that's interesting. But anyway, I almost want to say it's like you are the light, yet here you are looking for the Hermit. You're looking for this person with the lantern. You're never going to find them because they're you. Like, you'll find them when you look in a mirror. The introspection, the reflection, the revision has to do with you, Gemini. You can't blame anyone else. You can't look to anyone else, especially at work, because again, the Hermit is alone. Hermit is solitary. You are the Hermit. Normally I speak to this card about guidance. You know, like your angels are coming to show you forward, which they probably are. I'm not taking that away. But for me, this Hermit, you're showing up solitary, like you are the Hermit. And it's because the work that needs to be done is happening inside of you. If you start to go through this introspection, start reliving something from the past, if you start to be like, oh my God, but he did this, or but she said that, the second you bring another person into the equation and blame them as the cause for something, that's where you've taken a wrong turn. Now, I'm not saying that the other person did everything correct. They probably made their own mistakes and did something wrong too. They probably did something that made you react and make a decision. But at the end of the day, you are the one that made that decision. So how could you have done it differently? How could you react differently? This is really about you, Gemini. This month, we're looking at what you have been going through, what you are going through, how you're responding to it, and how you're using it to strengthen yourself. Or are you just kind of succumbing to it? Because that's not what we want. I'm almost worried if some of you are kind of just like, well, I don't want to deal with this. No, everyone else, it's everyone else's fault. No, it's not me. It's them. Takes two to tango. Yes, they may still be at fault. That doesn't mean that you are, absolved of everything. But know, again, that you are the light. You can make things better. You have the power to change the situation and to grow from it and be radiant and bright and push through. You have the power to do that. This is whether you use it or not. Or you're going to continue to look for it elsewhere. Because you won't find it. It's already in you. That's where you need to look. You don't need to look without. You need to look within. I feel like I got so soapboxy. Sorry if I felt like I was yelling at you. My bad. Like, I don't know. I was like, no. Your little tough love moment, I guess. You can take it, Gemini. You know I love you. All right. Spirit, what messages do we have for Gemini concerning the month of July? Okay. We'll start with this guy. Or girl, sorry. Queen of Wands. Again, don't get hung up on the gender. Queen of Wands. Very magnetic energy. To me, this is about you being the light. Queen of Wands doesn't have to work. She doesn't get up off her throne. She knows what she deserves. She lets those opportunities come to her because she is the magnet. She is the beacon. You know, it's like she's the lighthouse on the shore and all the boats come to her. She's the magnet. Love. Seven of Cups, confusion, feeling lost, overwhelmed. You are the light. Am I sure? I don't know if I'm the light. I don't know if I can do that. You sure that's me? And look, when you look through this illusion, look what you find. Ace of Wands. Here you are, the Queen of Wands, holding your ace, holding your desire, your passion, your action. Here's a fresh new start. Assuming you take this action. And then you have the Wheel of Fortune. Luck. The situation's changing. The wheel is turning again. Things are evolving, as are you, Gemini. You need to act accordingly. Look at that. Look how it landed also. It flew right to it. You're showing up as the Queen of Wands. Here is the King of Wands. Counterpart, a match. Relationships may be a big thing for a lot of you right now, Gemini. Here's your Hermit card. Again, although this one is in reverse. And then you have the Two of Cups, also in reverse. There's definitely a soul connection trying to happen. But again, you're looking for it in the wrong place. Or the means for you to connect, you're going about the wrong way. Everything is flipped over. It's a little Alice in Wonderland in the looking glass. Like it looks normal, yet it's a little funky. It's a funky because you're looking at it upside down. You're looking at it with the wrong perspective. It's like what I was saying. You're not looking without, you're looking within. Eight of Swords, feeling trapped, feeling stuck, feeling bound, feeling like I can't move forward. And then you have the World card in reverse and the King of Swords. So World card is about completion. World card is about reaching the finish line. And again, it's popping up in the reverse. My biggest thing, and I do think this has to do with your relationships. There's a cycle that you have yet to close out. And I think you're gripping too tight to it. You have this Wheel of Fortune because I literally think the universe is trying to, like, if it was on the wheel, the universe is trying to, like, if, like, say it was sitting here on this T. Let me hold it up. So let's say this obstacle was sitting in front of you on this T. The universe is literally trying to spin the wheel and move it away from you. Because you need to end this cycle. You need to close this loop. But I feel like you get there and you don't cross over. So you end up repeating this circle over and over and over again. The universe, especially with this retrograde, is trying to get you to revise and re-edit this. And have some foresight and a higher vision here with this King of Swords. So you can see past that. So your vision doesn't just stop right in front of you. Like if you were standing here, your vision has to go further. It's almost like you're just looking to today or you're just looking to tomorrow. What does it look like 5 years from now? What's the goal? Figure out what the goal looks like. And then the in-betweens start to fall into place because you're making decisions that are aligned with that end goal. If you're only looking here, there's no foresight, there's no planning, there's no forward vision. So it doesn't matter what steps you take, because you'll reach that conclusion instantly. You know, it's instant gratification at that point. We're in it for the long haul, so we need to figure out what the big prize looks like. And if you already know that, great. So that's when you start using, you know, visualizations to manifest, making decisions that are always aligned with that vision. And if you don't, because I'm sure most of you don't, here with this Seven of Cups, we're still kind of confused and lost, you got all these options rolling around. We need to clear this up so that you can finally cross that finish line, so you can finally close out this cycle. It's so funny, Gemini, when I did the Sag video, Sag is actually kind of on a similar journey. They are all about closing this cycle currently now too. You are doing it a little differently, and I think it has to do with Mercury. Because Mercury is going retrograde, you were ruled by Mercury. That is taking this journey deep inside. That is where you need to look. If I remember correctly, Sagittarius was all about action. How they're interacting with the environment they're in and the situation they're in and the people that's around them. They are creating action without. You are doing retrospection within. That is truly where this journey is meant to go. You are going in. And it's not about, so I'm getting a little soapbox again, I'm sorry, but I just feel like you guys need to hear it like this. But it's not about, I'm gonna be a better person and I'm gonna take courses on self-esteem, or, you know, and anything like that. Now, if that helps you, go for it. But really the healing, the work that needs to be done here, you have to do some soul searching. You need to kind of go within. Find what drives you, find what motivates you, find what feels good. Because I feel like some of you have been out there making decisions that maybe satisfy a certain need, but you don't fully enjoy it. You don't fully enjoy it. Like, it's not the vision you had or have. You know, like, we'll just use relationships because that seems to be a big theme. You know, it's like you wanting to be with someone, so you say yes to every date. But not every date is your ideal match. Not every date is the goal. You know, so what does that look like? How does this person make you feel? How does he or she treat you? What's your bond? What do you connect over? What do you do together? What do you do apart? What does that vision look like? Because once you know what that looks like, then you'll know how to recognize what gets you closer and what moves you farther away, and then again, act accordingly. So lots of soul searching, my friends. Wishing you the best, sending you my love. I'm going to wrap up your reading here, Gemini. As always, thank you for supporting me, watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel to grow. As always, if you're not already, please subscribe. We do videos like this a couple times a month. So if you really enjoyed it and want to know when the next Gemini video pops up, subscribe, hit that notification bell. As always, I love connecting with you guys. You are our neurotransmitters. You are communicators of the zodiac. So if you have anything to share, hit me up in the comment section down below. You can also DM me on Instagram at The Guiding Chariot. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to hit me up either of those places. And then if you want to book a private reading, all that info will be in the description box down below. Take care, my lovelies, and I will see you in your next video. Bye!